Many of you know about a year or so ago, we actually were working on this all through COVID, securing financing to get new chillers and boilers and windows. And my wife one night at the house said, "You know what you ought to do, Wes?" She said, "When you take the windows down, you ought to keep the glass and make something to carry the history forward." And aren't you glad I married a smart woman? Yeah, I am. And so we did that. It took a while. Literally, when I tell you that God was in this whole process, it was amazing because we had to get things signed by T-Mobile that couldn't be electronic signatures, had to be handwritten, and the bank's like, "Well, I can't do a loan if we don't have that." And I'm calling places in Seattle. Somehow I got to a person. You can't get to a person anymore. And T-Mobile laughed at me and said, "No one signs anything anymore." And I said, "So this is going to be special. You know, you just got to let them know sometimes." And within 2 days, we literally got the signed document that we needed the day before closing to get the loan to do the stuff. And so there was a whole process of the windows, and the glass had been in the windows so long that when we initially tried to take it out, they kept breaking. And so we had to bring them in and warm them and have hammers with little chisels to remove all of the packing around the frames to get the frames. And there was just a group of folks who came in and did that with us. And then this whole process just evolved. And probably from the windows being brought in to today, it's probably been close to a year, a little over a year process. We talked to different artists and whatnot. Some just didn't feel right. And I feel like God brought us to the people that we were supposed to work with. And so one of the things that we're trying to be better at, and I'm so thankful I have talented people around me that said we need to document this. We need to take pictures and video of this. And I, for good or for bad, my nature is, okay, what's next? But I have people who do believe in capturing moments. And so for the last year, we've captured moments and put them all together. And Pastor Dustin put a video together. And so you're going to get to watch a video of the process of the cross from start to finish. And then we're going to light it. And then Miss Mary Gibson, who was our resident artist, had done some glass work before. I actually taught a class and was making like a little candle box as an example of healing and things, and she'll share about. But we went to her and I said, "Hey, listen, would you be willing to be a part of moving our history forward?" And I said, when we are dead and gone, this cross will still be hanging there, so no pressure. And she said, "Hey, I'm up for the task." And so it has been really a journey and just a work of love. I have two brothers. Older brother builds houses, does construction. I have a younger brother who really inherited my grandfather's woodworking ability. And I reached out to Mark and said, "Hey, man, I need a wooden cross to hold a glass cross." And he said, "Send me measurements," and actually found a maple tree that fell in someone's yard and cut it, brought it to a sawmill, and had them cut the pieces that he then sanded down and handmade the wooden cross. And so there's just beautiful marbling on it. You can't see it from where you're sitting. And if you go up there, you might fall in the baptism. But a couple of you could probably, need to be redipped. But it's good. But we're going to watch this video, and then we're going to like this, and then Miss Mary's going to come and just share a little bit, and then I'm going to come back and continue on with our service. I hope you all enjoyed this. love it. It really was a work of love and excitement, and there are a lot of people who had their hand in the pie, and I just thank everybody for it.